Stop everything you're doing right now because what's happening in Berea is about to blow your mind. While everyone's been sleeping on the Cleveland Browns, Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry are orchestrating what could be the most consequential quarterback battle in franchise history. And I'm not talking about your typical training camp competition where we all know who's going to win. This is different. This is chaos in the best possible way. Picture this. Joe Flacco, the Super Bowl champion who literally saved our 2023 season, is suddenly fighting for his job against Kenny Pickett, a former Steelers first-round pick who's hungry to prove Pittsburgh made a massive mistake. But here's where it gets absolutely wild. Rookie Shedeur Sanders just walked into Carolina's house in his first preseason game and threw 2 touchdown passes like he's been doing this for years. Meanwhile, Dillon Gabriel is quietly making plays that have coaches whispering about the future. For quarterbacks, one starting job. And the Browns front office is keeping their cards so close to their chests that even insiders don't know what's coming next. This isn't just about 2025, people. This is about the next decade of Browns football. Let me paint you the real picture of what's happening behind closed doors. Sources around the organization are buzzing about Flacco potentially being released or traded. Yeah, you heard that right. The man who threw 13 touchdowns in 4 games last year might not even make the roster. Why? Because this coaching staff sees something in these younger arms that has them willing to take a massive gamble. Flacco brings the veteran stability we've craved for decades. The guy has ice in his veins and knows how to win when it matters. But here's the brutal truth. He's 40 years old in a young man's game, and the Browns are tired of being a retirement home for aging quarterbacks. They want someone who can grow with this roster for the next 5 to 7 years. Enter Kenny Pickett, and this is where the story gets fascinating. Everyone remembers his struggles in Pittsburgh, but what they don't remember is how he looked in Philadelphia backing up Jalen Hurts. He learned from one of the most dynamic young quarterbacks in the league, studied under a championship-caliber coaching staff, and developed the kind of pocket presence that had him looking like a completely different player in limited action. The Browns didn't trade for Pickett just to have him hold a clipboard. They see the raw talent that made him a first-round pick, combined with the humility that comes from being humbled by the NFL. That's a dangerous combination for opposing defenses. But the real story that has me absolutely fired up is what Shedeur Sanders did in that preseason opener. Forget everything you think you know about rookie quarterbacks being thrown to the wolves. This kid walked onto an NFL field for the first time and looked like he belonged. 138 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a poise that had veteran players doing double takes. Now, I'm not saying the Browns are about to hand the keys to a rookie in Week 1. That would be insane. But the fact that Sanders is even in the conversation tells you everything about how special his arm talent really is. The son of Coach Prime didn't just inherit the swagger. He inherited the football IQ and the work ethic that separates good from great. And Dillon Gabriel? Don't sleep on this guy just because he's not making headlines. Sometimes the quiet ones are the most dangerous. He's been methodically working his way up the depth chart while everyone's focused on the drama surrounding the other 3. Here's what's really happening that nobody's talking about. The Browns are finally thinking like a championship organization. Instead of panicking and reaching for quick fixes, they're creating genuine competition at the most important position on the field. Every snap in practice matters. Every preseason throw is being dissected. Every leadership moment is being evaluated. This is chess, not checkers, and Andrew Berry is playing 3 moves ahead of everyone else. The genius of keeping this competition open isn't just about finding the best quarterback for 2025. It's about creating a culture where nothing is guaranteed, where everyone has to earn their spot every single day. That kind of environment breeds champions. Think about what this means for the rest of the roster. Myles Garrett is watching this battle knowing his prime years are being maximized. Nick Chubb is preparing for his comeback season knowing he might have a quarterback who can actually complement his running style instead of relying on it. Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy are licking their chops thinking about what they could do with a signal caller who can get them the ball in space. The defense that was already one of the most feared units in the AFC is now playing with the confidence that comes from knowing the offense won't leave them on the field for 40 minutes a game. But here's where the rubber meets the road. The next few weeks of preseason are going to separate the pretenders from the contenders. We're not just looking for who can complete passes in practice. We need to see who steps up when the lights are brightest, who makes the right reads under pressure, and who can command respect in a huddle full of grown men who've been playing this game their entire lives. The Browns have been burned too many times by quarterbacks who look great in shorts and t-shirts but crumbled when real bullets started flying. That's not happening again. Not on Stefanski's watch. If you're loving this breakdown and want to stay ahead of every twist and turn in this quarterback battle, smash that like button and subscribe to Browns Breakout. We're going to be all over this story as it develops, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. What makes this situation so electric is that each of these quarterbacks brings something completely different to the table. Flacco gives you immediate credibility and playoff experience. Pickett offers the perfect blend of youth and NFL seasoning. Sanders brings that rare combination of arm talent and football intelligence that you can't teach. Gabriel provides the steady, reliable option that might surprise everyone. The coaching staff isn't just evaluating physical tools. They're studying how these guys handle adversity, how they respond to coaching, and how they interact with teammates. Leadership isn't about being the loudest voice in a room. It's about being the voice that everyone else wants to follow into battle. And make no mistake, this AFC North is a battle. You've got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore, Joe Burrow in Cincinnati, and Russell Wilson trying to prove he's still elite in Pittsburgh. The Browns need a quarterback who can not just compete with those guys, but outplay them when it matters most. The beautiful thing about this competition is that there's no wrong answer. Any of these four quarterbacks could realistically lead this team to the playoffs. But only one of them can unlock the championship potential that's been building in Cleveland for years. This is the year everything changes. The quarterback position that's been Cleveland's Achilles heel for 2 decades is about to become their greatest strength. Whether it's through veteran savvy, hungry determination, rookie brilliance, or steady reliability, the Browns are about to solve the puzzle that's haunted this franchise since the return. The pressure is mounting, the stakes couldn't be higher, and Browns fans are about to witness something special. This isn't just a quarterback competition, it's the birth of the next era of Browns football. And I can't wait to see which one of these warriors emerges as the leader who finally brings a championship back to Cleveland. The battle lines are drawn, the competition is fierce, and the future of Browns football hangs in the balance. Strap in, Browns fans, because this ride is just getting started.